Hey there, beautiful souls. Today I'm going to be making my rising tea. As I make my tea, I'm going to be spilling the tea on how the benefits of utilizing hibiscus tea help me and how it can help you too. Let's get into it. The tea I'm about to have. Yes, ma'am. And let's see here. I am going to be using my beautiful black mug that I love, and I'm going to go to my tea station here and fix some tea. I have a little tea station where I fix my tea and my smoothies. It's a little cold for a smoothie today, so I'm definitely going to be doing tea. With that, here's my tea station. I'll show you that. This is the tea station here where I prepare my tea. This is a mug that I got from Egypt as well. I have not used it yet, but it's very nice. There's my other hibiscus. It's my blender and my food processor. I keep on this counter here, but I call it my tea station because when you open up my cabinets here on this first shelf, I keep all my teas. I was trying that Rise coffee. Anyone else tried that Rise coffee? If so, drop a comment in the drop a comment and tell me about what you think about the Rise coffee. I got all different kinds of teas. I have tinctures here. I use this bugleweed when the allergies are up. I drop that in my tea along with that manuka honey or even the local honey. That's something that helps with your allergies. So I do that. Also, these are different teas I have. I dropped this sea moss ago. I put it into my smoothies. I have quite a few different other teas that I buy from, some of the people who have their own like apothecaries, or they do detoxes. So like that's the adrenal gland tea. We have the GI and colon tea. That's nothing in there. That's just my measuring spoons for the tea. I have like a lemon balm. I have quite a few different teas back there that's just created by, like I said, people who carry their own apothecary. These I got from Atum. His website is alchemy-Afrakan.net. So this is just where I keep all my teas. Of course, I got my different blenders that go onto my to make my smoothies. I love making my own smoothies. I make smoothie bowls and all that, but this is just my tea station. So I told you I'd turn it around here so you could take a look at it. Again, there it is. Kind of awesome to have like so much things, you know. Again, before I went to Africa, I still drink that hibiscus tea I told you. And here is some of the bags I have. I used to buy it on the 100 count. You can get those on Amazon. Also, the lemon balm tea is excellent. I can't remember exactly the properties, but I know it does help with the thyroid. So I definitely had it for that purpose. I don't use a lot of the sea moss because it can affect my thyroid. It can impact it, so I don't use a lot of the sea moss. Now, this summer I went to Africa, and well, Egypt as most people call it, but it is Africa. And they are big on like hibiscus tea. It's huge there, like it's a big thing. So I got this, the hibiscus tea is still in the plastic here. I also have an overflow, that's my overflow, so I'm using that first. I have a full jar here that I brought back, all hibiscus tea and grown there in Africa. or well, shall I keep saying Africa, but because it is. It's grown there in Egypt, so that is a beautiful thing. And so what I do is I take my little container here. This is for my tea. And I put my tea in here. So I'm going to set you down here. It'd be nice if I actually utilize the tripod. I'm going to take this and I'm going to open it up, and you put inside this container here. It's for the tea. I call them tea canisters. So that's what I'm making, a big pot of tea, where I'm going to make iced tea, or because I make iced hibiscus tea, I make the hot tea, but this is just for my individual cup. Sometimes I use this, but oftentimes, if it's a smaller cup than what I got there, I just put a little bit in this, and I drop it in the water, and it gets that. But because my cup's a little larger today, I'm going to use this. So, yeah. And so I'm going to go ahead and put tea in here. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So I'll probably just use a little bit more than that, but this is what it looks like there. It's dried hibiscus, and it smells so good. I'm just going to go ahead and put that in there too. So I put about so much in there, not a lot. It's going to warm up my blood. It's going to warm up my blood, make me feel good, feel warm. Also, in my tea, when it's getting cold and I'm trying to, make sure everything is flowing, I also add in some mullein leaf with it. So, like so. So I'm going to take that mullein leaf and add it here, just so that I have, and mullein leaf, what it does is it clears out like mucus. It helps with your throat. If you got like asthma, hard to breathe, this is really good for that. Mullein leaf is great. So make sure I didn't open that. And so I just take the little string off, and then I put the baggie in there as well. And then I close it up here. Now, I hope everybody's having a great day, because I plan to have a wonderful day. Today is my day off from the plantation. No work for me. Oops, I forgot to put this in there. Just stick it down in there. And the little chain here, let me show you. You got the little chain. The purpose of that chain is to connect to the bottom of it. You can pull it out when it's done steeping. So I just put it in there like so. Put me some water in there, because the amount of tea in the bag, in the tea container, canister as I call it, I just fill it all the way up to the top. And then I have these, and I have Manuka honey that I put in my tea also. But right now I'm just going to have my tea steep. But when I steep it, I used to have a steeping lid that I had bought. I just can't put my finger on it. So I typically use a lid of sorts, like so. Just a little plastic lid, not special. And I put it over the top, and I let it steep for about 10 minutes. So I'm going to set this over here on my tea station. All right, and I'm gonna keep my Manuka honey right next to it because I'm gonna put that in there when it's done. Sometimes I just drink it without any tea because I feel like, any honey, I'm sorry, because I feel like it actually does a better. As I was telling you, the tea that I drink, also, let me tell you some properties about the hibiscus tea because I didn't tell you about that. And I just want to make sure I stay in focus on what it is that, I told you in the channel. I'm going to tell you about me and how I benefit health-wise, my health and wellness routines and what I do. But back to the hibiscus. The hibiscus tea has the properties to lower your blood pressure. So during the time when I was reversing my blood pressure, I drank some of this hibiscus tea because I actually weaned myself off my medication. And when I showed up at my doctor's office, probably like 3 months later, he was like, "You told the nurse that you don't take your medication anymore." I was like, "No, I don't take medication any longer," because it was making me feel dizzy and weak. I didn't feel right taking the medication any longer, so I didn't. I explained to him, "Yeah, I don't take it anymore. I think that, the way I'm eating and the diet that I have today is what's keeping me from my blood pressure not being as high." Hibiscus tea was a great staple in doing so. So I would drink that hibiscus tea as I began to wean myself off of the medication that I was taking for high blood pressure. So then when afterwards, just to kind of give you a history on that, the doctor, took my vitals, they did all of that, and they were like, "Well, your blood pressure is excellent. It's almost like the blood pressure of a child." Go figure. Where my blood pressure levels were, I had readings of 109 over 140, at times. It could be through the roof. However, now I have this, control over it because of what the diet that I partake in, how I eat, the things I do, incorporating exercise and movement. In that process, the doctor was very excited. He was ready to just, he was like, "Hold on, we're going to get all your tests ran. Because if you did this, he's like, "Do you know how much you weighed when you came to us before?" I said, no, I didn't know how much I weighed when I came, 6 months ago. Well, 6 months prior. I didn't know how much I weighed 6 months prior to that. But I came... I started in January. I think I seen him in December. No, I started my journey in January. So I think I seen the doctor in May. So it was a 6-month follow-up though. In that 6-month follow-up, I went from, he told me I weighed 253 pounds at that time, which I don't know if that was accurate or not accurate, because even after that I had gained some more weight, because when I started my journey I was like 267, 262, somewhere around in there. And now, and then when I was at the doctor's office, I weighed in at 203. So he was like, "Wait a minute." He said, "Do you know how much weight you lost? You lost 50 pounds. I'm like, "Yeah." I knew I released a lot of weight, but I just wasn't, sure about the amount when it pertained to what I weighed when I was there the last time to the time I came back. But he was very surprised. He kept saying, what have you been doing? What have you been doing? And whatever you're doing, just keep doing it." So that's what I've been trying to do. I'm going to talk to you about how, the challenges that I've had in keeping up with my regimen. Sometimes I fall off because we're human, right? So I fall off sometimes and I end up, fluctuating. My weight fluctuates. The inches on my body fluctuates. It depends on what I'm doing. In this past, from probably July, so last 3 months or so into July to now, I haven't got my swing back, but I'm getting back because I got to get into it. You know, one other thing, I really get motivated when I'm talking to you guys. I get motivated. I get so motivated talking to you because it keeps me at my peak of what I want to do. So I want to continue with my journey of eating correctly. And when I say correctly, correctly for me. There's no right or wrong way. I think to eat or not eat, you eat what is best for you and do what is best for you. But I'm just want to share with you what I've done to get to where I'm at. And I eat, you know, whole foods. I eat clean. For the most part, you know, I do better when I cook and prepare my own foods, but I've been typically going out now to the restaurants and purchasing whatever I can purchase that is within the regimen of what I eat. But also, I don't know how to prepare their foods. I don't know what seasoning they use. I don't know what kind of salt they use. And all these things make a difference because what the seasoning you put in your food, the things that you use to prepare your food, all makes a difference. So it's always best to make your own food at home. So I'm going to get back to that. I can't wait. And when I do get back to it, I'm going to be sharing it with you, with all of you. I'm going to share it with all of you. And how, you know, we're going to do some meals together. We're going to do, my plan is to, on this channel, is to show you recipes, show you the way I eat. I'll show you alternatives to the way I eat when I'm out and about. I'm going to continue to show you ways to do that. I've done a couple videos. I'll put the one video that showed on the go how I choose, you know, my food on the go because I don't have anything. I'll put that in the link so you can watch that. But I just think that I'm going to do quite a few different things. We're going to do like motivational, inspirations, just anything that's whole, from mental to internal, and just feeling good all the way around. That's what we're going to be doing. So I hope that you continue to join me and we have a good time. Go ahead and check on my tea. It's been close to 10 minutes. It's actually been eight minutes. Let's see. So we can see here. You just see it comes up. It's red, the hibiscus tea. It's looking good. It's gonna be so good. So I'm gonna put me a little honey in there. I just like to dunk it in and out. And that. Yep. So I'm gonna get off here. Continue to prepare my tea. So I'm getting ready to dive in to this cup of tea. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I'm gonna sit down, do a little bit of reflection on my week past, journal a little bit, and prepare myself for the rest of my day. So peace and love to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me on my morning, or I should say on my rising routine. And I will check you out in the next video. Peace and love.